Hello friends, welcome to my channel ELS English Literature Studies with Kaur Harpreet. Today my topic is dramatic monologue and handling of it by Robert Browning. So let us start with today's video, and before starting let me clear what is meant by monologue. Monologue comes from Greek word. Mono means alone and log means speech, right? And which means speaking alone or one person doing all the talking. Dramatic monologue is a kind of monologue. It is a type of poetry written in the form of a long speech by a single character. It has theatrical qualities. That means such a poem is meant to be read to an audience, right? And it means that there are the words of one speaker with no dialogue coming from other character. It is very much like soliloquy, but the difference between the two is that in soliloquy the speaker delivers his thoughts without being interrupted, and in dramatic monologue there is a presence of a second person to whom the speaker presents his thoughts and without disturbing the main speaker, right? So let us start about handling of dramatic monologue by Robert Browning. Robert Browning mostly writes dramatic monologues. In it, there is one speaker and one listener. Lover is almost speaker and beloved is a listener, and there may be many exceptions in listeners, right? The bulk of Browning's writings before 1846. It was intended for the theatre. Thereafter, his major works showed his increasing mastery of dramatic monologue, and this consists essentially of a narrative spoken by a single character and amplified by his own comments on his story and the circumstances in which he is speaking. Browning did not invent the dramatic monologue, but he made it specially his own, and no one ever put such a rich and varied material into it. All that is best and all that is most characteristic of Browning that is represented through these dramatic monologues, which include the finest of his love poems, such as Man and Woman, then dramatic lyrics, dramatic romances, dramatist personae, and profoundly original contribution to the poetic literature of the 19th century. His most vital work is his dramatic monologue, where he handles single situation on soul states growing out of what has been given before and pointing towards what is to come after. In his dramatic monologues, he only reflects a highly special moment in the life of an individual whose soul he wishes to show us in the working, right? And another peculiarity of his method is his dramatic monologues is that he throws the reader into the midst of a situation with startling suddenness and then proceeds to reveal facts after facts. The poem which best illustrates all these Browning's devices is My Last Touches, a marvelous example of his power to give a whole life history with well thought, picaresque detail in a few lines, intensely compressed and heavily weighed with suggestion. This poem, My Last Touches, the theme is that it is one of the best dramatic monologues, and when we talk about its theme is that of a natural goodness and sweetness of character, destroyed by the ruthlessness of a proud and cynical duke, right? Then we have one more most important work in his dramatic monologue, that is Porphyria's Lover, which is another again good example of dramatic monologue, right? And dramatic monologue is a device that serves as a thorough test of activity. It presented its own set of problems, like who was to speak on what subject, to whom, where, when, for how long. And during his period of maturity, Browning gave answers to all these questions and another questions and produced his greatest works, right? According to Robert Browning, this dramatic monologue should be short, and he was aware of this fact, and most of the monologues published by him from 1842 to 1864, most of his monologues are concise, right? And it was a popular form of poetry in Browning's time, and Indeed, he is only one of the main Victorian writers who employed this medium of expression. Talking about Browning's handling of dramatic monologue, his handling of this form is totally different from that of Tennyson. When we talk about Tennyson in his work Ulysses, he depicts a heroic individual in a moment of resolve. It is a noble, reflective poem, but not at all dramatic. There is no movement, and scene is barely indicated. Although the hero holds the stage alone, we feel him only as a voice rather than a person. And talking about characters, minor characters are mere shadows, right? But on the other hand, when we talk about Robert Browning, in Browning's monologues, every detail of the setting contributes to the effect, and stage is full of rounded figures, though only on the main character is the one who speaks. And the early monologue, Bishop Orders the Storm, shows his full mastery of the form. And Bishop Orders the Storm, this work is notable both for its command of voice and its sharp psychological portrait of the dying bishop, right? And the characters of Browning's dramatic monologues tells us of themselves, their deeds, their circumstances, their situations. Robert Browning has a view that three objects are necessary for writing a dramatic monologue. The writer has to present plot, character, and the scene in the speech of a single person while writing this type of work, right? And the characters themselves have greatest interest for Browning. Their souls are laid before us, and when we talk about the form of the dramatic monologue which Browning used to such splendid purpose, is by no means a simple one. Almost every one of his dramatic monologue shows to the full two sides of Browning's genius. First is his passionate appreciation of things, and second is sympathy with condition of mind, right? On the whole, we can say he used this dramatic monologue in the most peculiar way. So friends, this is all about my video on dramatic monologue and its handling by Robert Browning. And I hope you will like the content, and if you like it, please hit the like button, share and subscribe my channel, and if you are new to my channel, please hit the bell button so that you can get notifications for my upcoming videos. Thanks a lot for watching.